everybody's at the YCS. YCS thread, YCS thread, YCS thread. Wait, hold up. This is my chance. Hello, kings, queens, and monarchs of every element. I am the one, the only, the RJB0, also known as RJ, the Jank Monarch, and I'm the only game in town. I think people actually did just upload from the YCS, but I'm the one doing it in front of a computer with a background. It's been, I think, 7 years since I reacted to a Forbidden and Limited list, but I have been tangentially related to the TCG and biding my time until there's a format that I want to get back into competitive. Today, I find out live if this is the time to do it. All right, here goes. So right off the bat, Cyberstein banned, and that was a fun stint we had. That was a fun little bit. Cyberstein, one of those snatch steal moments for Konami was bringing back Cyberstein. They were like, surely there aren't any like ridiculously OP floodgates or any other types of cards we wouldn't want people summoning for free from the extra deck. Yeah, this card was not a fun or skillful card. I am glad this one is gone, so... Alright. Yeah, it is too bad that Natururia Exterio just, like, did not get its time. Well, it did get its time. Actually, I shouldn't be sad, because Natururia Exterio sucks! I hate it. It's not fun. It's not a fun card. I was like, really? Is that the only forbidden card? Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow! We are freed from the Super Heavy Samurai Solitaire game, where the only out is Droll. I mean, that's not the only out, but it's basically Solitaire or your opponent has Droll. I am genuinely glad to see... a lot of my chat, who you can't see right now because OBS is not allowing me to show chat for reasons unknown to me, is complaining that I'm saying we're finally free. I had to go through an entire tournament of commentating with Noah Jenk and Nova, Golden Nova, trying to commentate Super Heavy Samurai matches, and it sucked. It sucked. It was not fun. So I'm glad that this deck is gone. Oh, is that Diablosis the Mind Hacker? We're taking out the stupid ass Cash Tira combos. Oh, let's go. Get this card out of my format. Oh, this is already looking fantastic. I am already getting closer to joining back in with the TCG realm of things. Oh, the music is getting loud, isn't it? All right, there we go. The 9-zone memes are dead. What else do we got here? A pointer of the red lowest deserves... Oh, branded Expulsion. Yeah, I guess so. I really like branded. I think it's a cool deck. I think all of the, like, Albaz region of decks, all the Abyss lore decks are really cool. And I'm glad that one of them has been meta recently, and it's, like, probably the coolest one out of them. But, yeah, branded Expulsion needed to die. It was not a fun card. All right. And that's it for the forbidden cards. That means a Rise Heart is still legal. That fortunately, that means that most of the Mathemat line is still at least legal. It means they didn't ban access code, which people were talking about doing, but they weren't going to ban access code, folks. All right, let's see what we got. Exodia still limited. Exodia is still limited. Blaster! Oh, Blaster is back, folks! Oh, my Dragon Ruler Copium is going strong today. I have so many copies of this card, by the way, because I'm such a Dragon Ruler Coper. I want to say 9 copies of Blaster. I have a lot of them. And yeah, Blaster is really not good. It's not a very good card in this format because you have to, in order to get its second effect, you have to have fire monsters in rotation, and also destroying a card on the field in the perspective of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not great, and getting an extender each turn is helpful but not incredible, and there aren't really any game-breaking fire dragons in rotation at the moment. So yeah, if one of the Dragon Rulers was going to come back next, it was going to be Blaster. All right. Mathemat Circular, no! Oh, I've been sitting on Mathemat for forever. I really should have, like, gotten rid of that deck while it was legal. I've just had it sitting around. Mathemat Circular getting limited is, I suppose, fine. It stops people from malding about Mathemat, and Mathemat would be by far and away the best deck, besides probably Pearly. After this list, it would probably be Pearly. I mean, Tira hasn't been hit at all, realistically. Diablosis doesn't hit Tira in the slightest. So it'd be like Pearly, Tira, and Mathemat, and I understand that, like, that would still be an unfun format. It would just be the same format. Okay. Gamma. That's an interesting one. I actually kind of like Cyframe Gear Gamma. I think it's one of the few interaction cards in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That there's, like, play around to. It's not like Droll. I would love to see something like Droll banned, because Droll is like a lingering floodgate. Cyframe Gear Gamma is an interesting card in how it interacts. So it's weird. I guess the point here is that people shouldn't be able to stop hand traps before they start their combo. But that's the thing about Gamma, is it stops the hand traps that begin before you get to start comboing. I don't know. I think Gamma is a weird hit here. It's a very strange hit. All right, what do we have next? Scrolling down. No new links. Denglong! Oh, Denglong is back. What could that mean? I mean, we no longer have Hulk. I mean, Denglong is a really, really good card, don't get me wrong, but it's really interesting to think of the implications here. Hold up. Okay, so Chaos Draft has gotten me a little bit coping, has gotten me a little bit thinking about Sword Soul. This is a deck I've been wanting to play. It's a synchro deck. It's a worm deck. It looks gorgeous, and I've been wanting to play it for a while. Denglong might be the card to make that happen. Oh, I'm excited actually for Denglong. Okay. I don't know what we're going to do with Denglong, but surely it can't be less fun than what we've been doing. So good. Idly scrolling downward. That is a hot Tira Arise Heart limit. Let's go. Taking out Macrocosmos from the extra deck. This is okay. It removes a lot of Tira's repeatability, but that's kind of not the issue with Tira. The issue with Tira is their turn 1 stopping you from playing, like, turns 2 and 3. So at least now, once you out the first Arise Heart, there's a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Happening, but I wish that we started the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! From turn 1, right? That would be nice. All right, let's see what else we have. No spells so far, except Pearly Delicious Memory. Let's go. Fuzzy Towers Turbo, getting the nerf. Oh, I hate Pearly. It's a very cute deck. It looks cute, but it's such an annoying deck. It's so goddamn boring to play against. Limiting this deck. This deck, I would say this deck plus Tira have been the reason why this format has sucked. It's just so boring. It is literally, people are like, oh, look at all the pretty cards. It does all these cool things. What an Xyz combo. It is Towers Turbo, but it takes more cards to do. So all you get to do is the Towers Turbo. It doesn't have fun pendulum things it does afterward like Towers Turbo did. This is an objectively good hit. This is very good for the format. All right. What do we have next? Natururia Sacred Tree Limited. That makes sense. Natururia Sacred Tree is really good. Vernisylph Naturia is a pretty strong rogue contender, and this card is just obscene in that deck. I'm a little bit sad because I would have liked to have seen that deck in meta contention because it does things to put up negates in a way that I think other decks don't. I realize negates are kind of like the boogeyman of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! For people who played old school, but I think negates are actually like good when they are like when they have costs to them, like when you can play around them. And I think Naturia did that in a large part, unless there was some way I didn't know of for them to easily get a beast onto the board. Your chat is telling me that Runic Naturia is frustrating. I have never played against a Runic deck, so whatever. Also, I like Runic brews. I think Runic is cool. Whoa, that is a Herald of Orange Light semi-limit. Oh, we're in the semi-limits. Never mind. Does not matter. Tira Unicorn, bizarre semi-limit, but I suppose it, again, they're limiting the repeatability. Lightning Storm is going to semi... Why? These are the semi-limiting list. I feel, so here's the deal. I feel like the semi-limited list is pretty good for limiting repeatability in decks where that's a problem. Repeatability, it is genuinely an issue with some decks, but it's not the problem with something like Tira, right? Tira, the problem is their turn 1 is disgusting. It's like bad for the game. And if you're semi-limiting Unicorn, that isn't like the repeat. I don't know. It's a strange choice. Runic Fountain, also another weird choice. I suppose they have to. It's another strange semi-limit here. I suppose what they're doing is they're like scaling back the power on the Runic engine, which is used to power up other decks. So if they scale down on the power, they're scaling down on the power of other decks. It's just a weird choice. Oh God, engages it too. Oh no, engages it too. Oh God, why are they bringing back Sky Striker? Nobody wants that. The people who want that are people whose art on their Twitter you don't want to look at, right? The only people who want Sky Striker back are the like weirdest person at your locals, the person you don't want to. I do not. Nobody wants Striker back. We had to deal with it once. They were gone. It was good. It was good that Striker was gone. We don't need Engage to 2. Oh, Sprite starter to 2. I like sprites. Okay, but understandable that Runic Sprite is a thing. Again, cutting down on the Runics. Wait. None of the rest of this matters. None of the rest of this matters. Gen X Ally Birdman for the first time in 11 years. It's been 11 years since Birdman got limited. And it is finally unlimited again. This is going to accomplish nothing, realistically. Birdman doesn't do in this format what it did in previous formats, but oh, am I excited to see Birdman finally back off the list. It's been so long. And then Draco Face-Off was a hell of a choice here. Draco Slayers are a really cool deck, or at least they were in like the post-Pote world. I'm not sure how good they're going to be. Oh God, they brought back multi-roll too. Wow. Okay. This is an emotional roller coaster of a ban list. This is, they're like, okay, they're like, sure, we'll take away Pearly. But do you want the other annoying deck that doesn't do, that like puts 1 card on the board per turn? Oh God. Oh God, the worst person at your locals is going to be so happy about this. I am excited to see Draco Face-Off come off the list. I'm really excited to see what folks can do with that. I'm excited for Gen X Ally Birdman, of course. I'm excited that Tira have been hit somewhat. I'm excited that Pearly has been hit somewhat. I'm excited that we don't necessarily have to watch constant super heavy Samurai Solitaire. That's great. but I think they could have done more to cash Tira. I think there are other things that they could have done with Mathemat that I would have been happier with, although Circle is objectively an unfair card, and Sky Striker coming back is the worst. But that's that. That is the list. I think, yeah, I think there's a good chance I could come into the TCG. I might pick up Sword Soul. I don't think Sword Soul is good yet, but my locals is not the most competitive in the world, so I could probably get away with playing that there. Maybe it's time for me to pick up that deck. Anyway, this has been a really interesting list to scroll through. I can't wait to see what happens with the format. Best of luck to all the folks at the YCS. Godspeed, you fools.